Hello, and welcome to our next assignment, American Express formatting. So when we take a look at our page here, you'll notice the first thing that we want to do is move our text to the next page down. So I click at the front of American Express, and I'm going to hold down my Control key and press Enter. That then forces the text onto the next page. So if you ever have a case where you're not filling the entire page, you've only got part of the page, and you want to put the rest of the text onto the next page, Control Enter tells the computer, I want this on the next page no matter what. So if you add extra text, put in diagrams, etc., it will always force that to the next page automatically. If you simply hold down the Enter key, anytime you make an adjustment in the text or a diagram in front of that point, you have to go back and reformat everything, which is a complete pain. So the more you tell the computer what you want to do through using things like Control Enter, the easier it becomes to format. Now, the next thing that we want to do is vertically align this text so it shows up in the middle of the page. So to do that, we're going to click Layout, go to Page Setup, and click the little arrow down to the right. So we've done that. Now we want to go to Layout and the vertical alignment. We don't want the top, we want to center this. So click Center, click OK, and when I zoom out, you'll see that it's actually lined it up in the middle of the page for us. So we can adjust where things go in the middle of the page. Again, if we make adjustments, the computer will automatically recenter this. We do not have to worry about constantly making small adjustments, which again, nice feature. So going back to home, next thing we want to do is put a boundary around our paragraph. So I'm going to highlight the entire paragraph, go to my borders, and I want to do borders and shading. So I want a box around this, and it says in my instructions that I want a 5-point. So I'm going to increase the size to 4.5, and I'm going to adjust my color to blue. And I want this color blue because it's going to match the diagram that we're going to insert as well. So click OK, and we have the box drawn around it. Again, if I adjust my paragraph, it will automatically adjust that box. So again, another nice feature. Next thing we want to do is adjust our American Express. So I'm going to highlight American Express. I'm going to change this to 24-point font. Up to 20.24. I want to center it, and I want to make the text white. So I go up to my color and change it to white. Now, don't panic. I can't see the text because we're going to put in a box to emphasize that. So to put in the box, we click Insert, Shapes. I want a rectangle. So again, if it's not up here, you can look down in your basic shapes, etc. So I want a rectangle. I'm going to draw in a rectangle side to side, and it often moves things around. Don't panic. I'm going to right shape, click Wrap Text, and I want to put this behind the text. So one thing to remember is this is a series of layers that you're looking at. So we want to have our page at the bottom. Now, right now we have our text, and then we've got that blue rectangle. I want to put the blue rectangle underneath the text, so when I'm looking at it from the top, I'm going to be able to see that white writing on top of this blue text. So I'm going to adjust this, move it up, and when I do, hey, we can see our blue text again. So now that we can see the American Express, that's what we're looking for. And I can adjust the position of my box, and I can grab those little white circles on the edge. If you want to get fine-tuning, use your arrow keys to move it up and down. It'll give you a little bit more specific adjustment compared to a mouse. So there we can see our American Express, and I'm going to put a capital E on Express. The next step that we want to do is to include the diagram. So to do that, we click Insert, Picture. I have mine saved in my Downloads folder, so make sure you know where you've saved yours. I want my rectangular one here, so I'm going to click that. Now, when I right-click on the diagram, I want to go to Wrap Text. So this dictates how does that image interact with text. So you can make it so it goes square around it, giving lots of space. You can have it tight, where it will get as close as it can to the diagram. You can have through, where it will write around the shape, top, bottom, and in this case, we're going to go in front of text. Now, you'll see when we do that, it does move things around, so you'd have to make some adjustments. I'm going to take this and drag it up slowly until I get to the bottom of the page, or sorry, bottom of my rectangular box here. Now that I've done that, I can make this the full width. But if I do that, we can see that it plays with the height to width ratio and it looks kind of stretched out and silly. So I'm going to press Control Z to reverse that. If I go to the corner, I can do that as well, and it maintains the shape. If you're having problems, a lot of programs hold down Shift when you do this, and it will make sure that it does not distort that height to width ratio. So now I can slide this up and get it to stick on the bottom. So now I have my text and I have my diagram at the bottom. So you do still need to go back and adjust your text. The last thing I want to include is this phone icon. So if we highlight phone icon, I want to insert an actual image of a phone. And Word has a lot of these images built in. It's just a matter of knowing where to find them. So under Insert, we click Symbol. I want more symbols. So you can see these are ones that I've used recently in the past. Being a math science teacher, most of them are math science related. So more symbols. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of special characters from lots of different alphabets. You've got the Greek alphabet, Cyrillic alphabets, etc., etc. So lots of these symbols you may recognize, etc. I believe this is Arabic down here. What we're interested in are called webdings. So webdings are fun little symbols that they have. Icons, and again, these are done in alphabetical order. So webdings, I want to do a phone. Well, under webdings, I have a phone. I click on the symbol that I want, click Insert, Close, and there we go. We have that phone icon put in there. If you look under webdings, there's a couple other ones you can use as well. And now it's a part of the text. So if you ever open up a document in Word and you have a rectangular box with a question mark, somebody used a symbol that your version of Word does not recognize. So sometimes you just don't have it. That symbol installed. Sometimes they've inserted something from another program that Word doesn't recognize. So please finish up the formatting and good luck with the assignment.